The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Hello.
Hello.
We missed you guys. Welcome back or welcome.
Yes.
I'm Ariana.
And I am Brittany.
And this is an A&B
A&B
Conversation. 21.
Can you do something for me?
I think we are going to do something for the people. We are. For the fans, for the followers, subscribers.
We try.
We do, yeah. 21. I always think of that little boy, 21. Like I don't go back to Drake and 21 Savage. I go to that little boy, 21. Like,
what was it? Was
someone asked me very simple. Yeah, 21. I mean, last week was girl math.
Yes.
And that gives.
And that was.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have put that.
We should have like inserted a clip from him.
Right.
It'd just be us like with thought bubbles. It's 2 + 1. 21. Episode 21.
Yes.
Mental health.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Here to help the people. Here to share our stories.
Right.
Here to laugh at our own pain.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one way me and you really do get through the shit.
Yeah.
Through the thick of it.
I don't think I've ever not laughed at something.
I'm going to laugh to keep from crying.
I'm going to cry first anyway.
Oh, I'm going to manically laugh.
Anyway.
It's going to give. She should have a breakdown, but she's laughing anyway.
Do that anyway. I'm cry first, figure the fuck out later.
Yeah. Like when I know I'm really getting ramped up and like aggravated, I laugh too. And then I'm like, like it just, the evil laugh grows.
Yeah, no, anger does not warrant laughter ever.
Yeah.
So
It's like, run.
I laugh at everything except for when I'm
you're
mad.
mad.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, if I'm not laughing, then
I think when I'm happy is when I'm not laughing. I'm just like very like somber and in the moment and just like reflective. But when I'm angry, I'm like, yeah. And counseling didn't do anything for that.
No.
Yeah.
No. What was your experience with therapy?
I've had so many. I started therapy when I was, I think, 8 or 9. Yeah, 8.
Mm-hmm.
And it was grief counseling, and then it just turned into, just my own therapy. And I was so little, I just remember she had really good toys. And, like, I would play with her. Like, she had a sick-ass dollhouse, and I would play, and she would ask me questions, and I would answer and just talk about shit. And I feel like maybe because I was exposed to it so young that I've never not been open-minded to it. Like, I've never had to be, like, I'm always down for all types of therapy. I'm not in therapy right now. I do wish I was. I did seek out therapists. A lot of the ones I wanted or that meet my criteria aren't accepting patients, unfortunately, but always down. What about you?
I started therapy like last year or the year before that. I want to say the year before.
Yeah, it was the year before, yeah.
Yeah. And it was cool. It was great. Definitely need a new therapist, but I definitely needed her at the moment that, like, she was definitely a good entryway.
She benefited that chapter.
Yeah, she was a good entryway into therapy for me because I'm not sure, like, growing up if I wasn't open or, like, getting older if I wasn't open, but, like, I don't know, maybe growing up in a Black household, that's not the norm.
No.
So,
and I think you and I grew up, like, we were around so many people that needed counseling that seemed normal. Like, the manic, like, the domestic violence, like, just the inconsistencies that we grew up. Like, I don't think, because we have evolved, but I don't think we look like, at least for me, so much of that was normalized. It didn't look like we needed counseling or therapy because that was our norm.
Right. No, I knew that these motherfuckers needed therapy.
Yeah, I was definitely like, I just knew I didn't want to be like them. I was like, I don't want to do this.
Literally.
I don't want to be like y'all.
No,
like,
for real.
We do not want the recipe to your mom's peach cobbler.
No, not at all. That was really,
You know what's so crazy, though? I know we grew up in, like, very strict chaos. Like, that's like the best way to put it. We had a lot of rules. There was a lot of stuff we weren't allowed to do. Like, we couldn't really go past each other's houses growing up. And we literally were 3 and 4. But it was fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the most part. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
we had fun times.
But thankfully, because it wasn't our shit. You know, like, we can look back and be like, oh, I'm so glad that was for them. Right. Like, our both of our, you know, your parents and then my mom with her people.
Oh, right. But, I mean, yes, that was fun and that was good. But I can always see there was a problem.
100%.
But,
the
I mean, after you moved away, things only got worse.
Oh, same.
Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, like, all of those, a lot of
that
those
was the
experiences
foundation.
were not fun. Like, you know what I mean? And, like, they definitely made me the person that I am today, for sure. Mm-hmm. But I do understand that the way that my mental health is today is because of a lot of that. Right. Yeah, I don't think I've ever known or ever healed that inner child that needed to. And I do think that that's important for healing. Like, and it's important for newer relationships, any relationship. Like, you know what I mean? Especially the relationship now with our parents, because we're adults, exactly. And I do understand, like, they were kids.
They were kids figuring it out with kids.
Right. Doing what the fuck they can, what the fuck they got. Right. But, you know, I feel like I've forgiven, like, my parents for that, but, like, I know that, like, my siblings probably haven't, but that's a part of their journey, their inner child that they're still holding on to, you know?
Yeah. I think, too, like, when I reflect, I'm like, there's a song by Jeremiah, and, like, some of the lyrics are, like, who would it, like, what is it? I knew life would be all right, but who would have known it could be this good? Mm-hmm. And I think that's, like, one thing that helps me counter negative spurts of mental health. Like, if you would do a comparison, like a side-by-side of, like, our childhood to now, things are not by any means perfect. And me and you have, I mean, we're always, like, conjoined with really poor mental health, which I'm so glad to, like, it's such a blessing. And I hope that for all of our followers, like, have a person, your person that you can just spiral with. And that's, like, anytime Britt and I have had really just fucked up chapters, it's never the same story.
Oh, hell no.
But it's
the same
equally
level.
Down in the dumps of just sheer shit.
Same level, never the same thing.
And we're in it together. And that's, like, such a blessing to have someone just to go through the thick of it.
Yeah, because I don't feel like you should you shouldn't lean on one single person for every single thing, but it does feel good when there is somebody that has a like experience that you have
that you can count on.
Yeah, or at least feel that shit with, because that shit's hard.
It's hard. It's so hard. Life is hard enough, and then when your mental health hits a sharp left.
Yeah, because I didn't know that I had as many mental health issues that I have. Like anxiety. I didn't know what the fuck that was. No. Had no idea. No. But now that I do know, like, after I figured that out, I'm like, damn, bitch, you've had this for a long time.
All
like,
makes
maybe
sense.
your whole life. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I never could understand, like, you know, like, just being down, like, my, like, moods always 100%. Going up and down. I'm really, really happy, or I'm really, really sad. Like, you know what I mean?
The highs and lows of anxiety.
Yeah, you don't understand. Like, it's hard to pinpoint what that is. Or pinpoint exactly how that is affecting you.
100%.
Because, like, it affects me in my everyday life.
It's like, so crazy. Because even when you're doing well, there's still, like, that underline of, like, you have to maintain this doing well, or else you will drastically be unwell. Yeah, I just heard a quote today, and they were talking about more so relationships, but I took it more as, like, our physical beings, like, and it was, they were talking about dating, but it was, you don't own your house, as in our physical bodies. You rent it, and if you don't pay it forward and maintain it, you could lose it. And I think that of mental health, like, we don't own our mental health. Like, our mental health owns us, but if we pay it forward and maintain it, we can continue to rent this space and do well. But if you don't pay it forward, you don't work on it, you don't get to own it. You don't get to be there.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Especially, like, I think, like, being a Black woman, it's like you have to be strong for so many people and all the time. We never get a chance to, like, take that cape off and, like, feel ourselves or, like, work on our own shit and stuff like that, because we're always have to be somewhere for somewhere or something for somebody. Have to figure it out. Have to push through. And it's like we never get a chance to sit back and, like, okay, like, bitch, take care of you now.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Or, like, take, like, you know what I mean? We never take that off.
Yeah, I think especially for me and you, like, both of our siblings, because you have 2 younger siblings and I have 2 younger siblings, and they're all so similar. Their poor mental health has always been so much more of a priority than ours to our parents. And, like, even now to, you know, present day, like, me and you have shared so many stories of our siblings having manic moments or, you know, drastically depressive states, and the shit that we're trying to overcome and deal with or work through isn't prioritized because, you know, it's like, you got it, you're good. We know we can count on you to bounce back. We got to focus on them.
Right.
And it's like, I do get resentful because I'm like, this is not fair, because I want to go through it, you know? Like, I don't want to always be the strong one. Like, and I don't want to be, like, I don't care for attention. Like, you know, when I go through shit, you're probably the only people I talk to consistently. Like, especially, like, real shit. Like, there's levels to it. Like, when I was dating someone and farted and woke him up in our sleep, you know, like, something that I'm, like, mortified about. But, like, the trivial shit I will share, especially on my Finsta. But, like, the real shit, you know. And, like, I hate that. It's like, I'm grateful, of course, for you, but I hate that this is it.
Yeah.
You know, we have other people, but it's like nobody understands, especially me and you. We grew up together, plus, like, our siblings always being the priority. Like, it's really hard. Like, it makes me still to this day resentful, too, because I have just my mom, like, resentful to my mom. So I'm like, when the fuck did my feelings stop counting?
Right.
Or, like, when did I give strong?
Mine,
right. 100%. Like, I didn't check the strong box on the application.
No,
like,
right. No, right.
Especially when we're all going through it. I feel like, too, that's the funny part. Like, our siblings will go through shit when you and I are going through shit, and it's like, oh, guess what so-and-so did?
Fuck me?
Right. Back burner to the back of the line, bitch. Like,
no, for real.
It's unfortunate to always have to be strong, and it's not fair.
Right. I feel like we had to be protective with our siblings at such a young age that we never stopped.
No.
Like, when you have to
100%.
take that on so early, you don't just stop it. Like,
it's with,
you know, like,
and it creates an awkward relation, not awkward, but a stranger relationship, because in theory they are our siblings, but we contributed raising them. And I think that's part of the reason my brothers and I have slightly strained relationships. Like, they'll forever be the loves of my, like, I have their initials tattooed. I don't even have my own initials. I have my brother's initials tattooed. They will always be the loves of my life, but it's like that dynamic of, I'm your sibling is equal to you're my sibling, but I helped raise you. You know, it's different.
Yeah. No, right. I feel like these are my kids too.
Right. Like, nobody ran these decisions by me. I didn't say these boys could get dogs. Like, oh, I'm not their parent.
Right.
Like, I didn't approve of this person.
Right. But shit, I have been this whole fucking 100%. Time.
Like,
and nobody stopped me before.
Like, I've been the touchstone. Like, I'm the glue that holds this shit together. Which, I mean, definitely is, like, us for our siblings and our parents. Like, the glue that holds it together.
Yeah, I definitely think that's an older sibling thing. Not every older sibling, though, because I know some wild-ass older siblings, and I'm like, oh, I envy their
you.
younger siblings are like,
I'm trying to hold her down. Like,
right. Here this bitch go again. Like, which I'm sure those conversations come up, but, like, never in a way that they have to figure it out for me or help me out.
Yeah,
or, like,
or just be, I mean? Like, emotionally neglected. Like,
I've never been helped by any one of my siblings. They've watched Izzy for me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cam has definitely, like, loaned me his ear, but he's not ever been in a predicament to really, like, give me advice.
Solid advice.
Yeah. Like, and I appreciate him giving me his ear, just letting me vent and rant, but.
But a favor.
Yeah.
A hug.
No. I think I get like a tap on the shoulder, like, or just like, because I'm the only girl. Like my dad is, he gives bitch through and through. So like I could use, a solid, reliable, consistent man. Mm-hmm. Shout out to my husband, wherever he may be. Hopefully watching this podcast. Please come and get me. Like, I would have loved to have had that and not had to, because my mom has consistently been single or just, having her way. I didn't have a consistent parent or a consistent other parent. So, like, the pressure to feel like I need to step up in another way because there was nobody else. It was just like, all right.
Yeah.
God, there's kids here to be fed. There's kids here to monitor and to check on and check in on and be support.
Right.
Like,
and I wanted to always give fuck them kids. Like,
I wanted to be rowdy.
It so much. I'm like, bro, I want to go outside with my friends.
Yeah. We
outside getting turned up.
Well, and I just didn't want to be like, and I mean, I get it now, but it was always like you three. Like, I feel like that's part of now some of my personality is like fighting to be an individual. Like I purposely will not do shit other people are doing because I have fought to be an individual. Like it was like you three. Like there was you three.
Right. You see me on my birthday, every birthday. Me and my sister get an outfit. Hers is purple, mine is pink. Like
I had to share all of my birthdays. We were 17 days apart.
Me and my sister are 6 months apart. Why you get gifts and it's my birthday?
There were 2 cakes. There was one for Cameron and one for... I feel like that was until my 16th birthday. It was like... I mean, me and you joked about it. I had a bowling alley birthday.
Right? Yeah, you did. You bowled the fuck out that alley though every year.
December birthday. Cameron is December 1st. I'm December 19th. And bring it to the bowling alley, get 2 cakes, and their cousins are coming, and that's it.
That's really
pizza and cake at the bowling alley.
Right.
Yeah. And Jaden is October, so he had these October 27th wicked cool ass Halloween party.
My sister, hers was the 17th.
Yep. They should have combined their birthdays. Like, why? I'm just saying that out of bitter.
Maybe we switched it out. Like, I could be in October.
I'm saying that out of bitterness. Like, can't somebody else have a joint birthday? Like,
you could switch it out or something.
Maybe, I wonder now, like, as I, like, psychoanalyze, is that why I go so hard and, like, do so much, like...
Maybe, because you never had your own birthday.
Not till my 16th.
Right.
Then I had a 21st. Then the rest, it's like... Figure it out. Plan something for yourself. Yeah, have yourself a birthday or don't. However you spiral. Sit in the room and cry for all day for all we care. Like, well, I'll text you and see if you want to get food. Like,
maybe.
Like, do you want to get food? It's so crazy on somebody's birthday.
I want to get food every day, especially on my birthday, and I want it to be good ass fucking food.
Can somebody bring
on my birthday, especially.
Right.
Let's start on Monday because it's really hard to find a good place to eat on a fucking Monday.
Well, you know, I'm pretty much, like, underway of planning my 29th birthday, but now I want to do, like, a bowling birthday. one time. Be hilarious. Do you have, like, anything right now that is affecting or impacting your mental health? Like, anything in your way or just that you're, like, trying to resolve or...
It's nothing... today. I feel like I'm still unpacking things that I have never. So, I still go through that.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
And like when I went to therapy, I didn't know that it was affecting me.
Yeah.
A lot. So like
you opened a can of worms.
Yeah, very much. I literally she would send me a little tissue and I would like hard cry. Like crying and I'm like, I can't. She's like, girl, go ahead. Because I had a black therapist and she was just like, you know, do you. But I also think that is very, very important to find somebody that is like you to 100%. Like because they'll
understand.
Middle-aged white man, what are you gonna like? You don't like you know.
I feel like I would go in there and try to like just charm his socks off. I'm not unpacking it. Like like so. What are your credentials? Do you want to compare resumes? Literally. Like we can have an academic off.
Right. But like you don't understand. Like you're not gonna understand how I grew up. You're not gonna understand the way that my dad's mental work. Like you know what 100%. I mean? Like you're not gonna understand you're not gonna understand.
It's
just
I tell
life,
people that obviously Black people have been in America for centuries, but it's a completely different culture. Like it should be treated like other cultures that are freshly coming into this country are. The food is not the same. The language, the lingo is not the same. The traditions are not the same. Like, shit, white people sing happy birthday way different than how Black people sing. Like, just the basics. Right. The basics of it. Like, so much is different, even though it can, in, African American culture be parallel, but it's not. It's truly a different culture.
Not. You can literally grow up on the same street as a person and still live two totally different lives.
100%.
So, yeah. I definitely, yeah.
I do look forward to get back into therapy.
Me
My
too.
last therapy was all things I was working on in the present. And like, let's unpack some childhood shit. Even though I've done that because I started so early, but like, let's just keep chipping away at it. Keep digging.
Because you're not the same person that you were when you were younger.
Nope.
So now you have a different perspective on how it was. Because when you would pack that when you're young, that's today's news. Like, you know what I mean?
100%. Today's brain, today's evolution.
Today's news.
This
but
personality.
To do that as the person that you are now, it's totally different. I think it's totally different.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Do you think that you're still working on anything, or do you think that anything is holding you back? Or
I think definitely, like, I don't know if I'll forever be working on this, but I have issues with balance. And I recently learned, it was actually Scooter Braun, and people have like real hot takes on him. I'm for Scooter Braun, but he was like, you don't want balance, because balance gives like here and here, and something has to be lesser to be balanced. And he was like, you want it to harmonize, you want it all to be in a consistent flow. So it's not balance, but I have trouble harmonizing my life. If I don't have routine and structure, my depression really kicks up, which my depression and anxiety are like best of buds. It's like, they will ricochet me. But if I put too much on my plate, then my depression and anxiety kicks up. So I definitely have struggles with being productive and succeeding. But all of my life, I've been striving for some type of success, some type of accolade, some type of like just evolvement. And I think like the idea of success has been the catalyst to so much joy in my life. Like just achieving things brings me the most joy I've ever had. And that comes at a cost of like, a thin line of too much being too much, and me just getting depressed and anxious, and like I don't have a handle on what that thin line means. And it will pop up of like, you've scheduled way too much, and I'm resentful and manic and anxious, and then I try to eliminate a lot, and I become depressed because there's nothing to look forward to, nothing to strive to, like nothing I'm working towards. Even if it's just like small personal things. Like I have I'm just a type A personality. I have lists in my phones of things that I want to learn, things that I want to research, and it's just like, it doesn't always have to be a chase.
Right.
And it's not even so much a chase, because some of it does flow to me, but just like having that harmony of it's flowing and it's good, and I'm not the balance of something has to be lesser for something else to be more. Like my last therapist tried to like, and it went nowhere, deaf's ears, but she was like, not everything is black or white. Like some things can be gray. And for me, I'm such an extremist. It's like love or hate. You're with me or you're not, you're going for it or you're not. And I have not mastered that. Like there's a balance of striving, and there's a balance of rest, and there's a balance of, calm. Not everything is like anxious, schedule, go. But that was what my childhood was. So I'm unpacking that and trying to also master it. 2 birds, 1 stone, hopefully. Right. Stay tuned, people. Damn. But email me if you want to schedule me. No, just joking. Just joking. Not really. Like any project I'm invited to, like I don't need to participate.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't need to not only not participate, but like join the creative, start taking things over. Like I have not mastered that. I've unpacked it. There's actually, I have a hat saved on Pinterest, and it says, I'm aware of my flaws. And I was talking to it about it with my mentor, Ruby, and she was like, well, congratulations, you acknowledged it, now you need to change it. And I said, oh, no, I'm aware of my flaws. Like, I want that hat so bad. I'm aware of my flaws. Period. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
I'm unpacking and mastering it at the same time. It's hard. It's fun. It's challenging.
Right.
But that's the problem. I love being challenged. So I'm like,
It definitely makes every day new.
Every day is new.
At the very least.
Yeah.
Consistently inconsistent.
And I don't know what other way to live life. You know?
Not inconsistent, but
black or white. We're here or we're there. She was like, not everything is black or white. Some things are gray. And I was like, oh, I need a new therapist.
Right.
You've done nothing for me. That's it.
Thanks for no thanks. You said exactly what I didn't want to hear.
Don't you hate when your therapist doesn't give you a direct answer?
I feel like that's what therapy is, and I'm like,
no, that's what it is.
Bring it back, bitch.
A hard yes or a hard no. Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Like,
bring it the fuck back.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but surprise, not surprise. One of the times I was in my therapy session, I told her I was considering getting back with my ex because I had missed him. And she said, if you want to date a narcissist, I won't tell you what to do. I said, thank you. I can take the passive aggression. That means no, I should not do it. Like, but I also was like, damn, is this what I was,
bitch?
this what I was reaching for? Because that's nuts. I'm paying you to do this. That's crazy.
No, literally.
I mean, I definitely was like, thank God, though. A hard no. A passive-aggressive no, but a no nonetheless.
My two most favorite shows, obviously all based on Black people, they all are in therapy. Like, you know what I mean? Or, like, they condone the therapy.
Right, there's a therapy aspect.
Both of them. I mean, honestly, I think the one show is just the other show in 2020, but like
copy paste.
It's very copy and paste.
Copy paste.
But that's why I love them both. I think I don't really know exactly, but like that. I think after I watched, I was like, okay, like,
we're all in this together,
right? Because damn,
honestly,
wish everybody did therapy.
I wish everybody did therapy. We should hand out Better Health gift cards.
Right. Hey, Better Health.
Sponsor.
This episode
is sponsored by. I mean, ask, believe, receive. We're manifesting. Except for I am not a fan of virtual therapy, so.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say that I'm not a fan of it. I don't want to participate in it because I was doing like telehealth visits with my therapist, and it was cute. It was cool or whatever. I didn't have to drive there and have to drive home. Cool.
I was going in my therapist's office, stomping, slamming my behind on her couch and being like, everyone around me is fucked up and I'm perfect.
Right, I'm kicking off my damn shoes. Because she had a no-shoe policy, so like you had to take off your shoes.
Yeah.
Kicking
nice
off my
and grounding.
Shoes. I'm fucking
no wonder why you run in and sobbed. You're grounding.
Bitch, I ain't got no shoes on.
Right.
Bitch,
I'm raw. I'm vulnerable.
Okay. I am sensitive.
Yeah. I think, too, just saying that word, vulnerability, is so hard for me.
Oh, my God, right?
I hate opening up. Like, I would truly rather eat sand than open up to strangers or just to open up about things that I'm not ready to open up about. Nope.
Yeah. I definitely also think that's stress from, like, childhood because it's like...
100%.
Who are you talking to? Don't say that. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't, like, you know, it's a lot of don't. And you don't have, like, who are you talking to? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, there's never a point where you can.
It was our strict chaos. We had such a small circle. Like, we didn't really, even me and you, we rode the bus together. We got picked up from school to get, you know, like, we weren't exposed, like, in true, I mean, gratefully stranger danger, but we weren't around strange people. Like, we didn't have new friends coming in. Like,
well, we weren't even giving that to the closest people around us.
Absolutely
like,
not.
You know what I mean?
100%.
We weren't expressing ourselves.
Nope.
My mom she's a Pisces. She's very sensitive, but she, like, there's something wrong with her emotional state. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she never wanted to talk about her feelings. Nope. She never wanted to, like, she never asked me about my feelings. Yeah. And, like, even when I was upset and I was, like, there's times where I've been upset and I've had to wanted to tell her about it. Like, my mom would literally listen to me and just stare.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, you gonna give me some?
Help.
You gonna give me some?
Help.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Zero. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
My mom would cry before, like,
right.
before she even, like, you know what I mean? I'm
100%.
like, bitch, I'm the one that's upset. Why are you crying? Because I'm sad.
Like, you know what's funny is my mom sent me a meme. You know when it's like when someone's crying and you try to help them? It was a person tapping the other person with their broom. That's my mom. Like,
bro, that's me too now.
Get it?
Like,
it's because my mom's an Aries, Leo moon, which I'm like, makes sense.
Yeah.
But I remember vividly a few different occasions me being hysterical, which I now think it was anxiety or my depression when I was younger, but my mom being like, I'm not doing the hysterics with you.
Not able to express yourself.
Yep.
Like, you know
I
what I
already
mean?
get
like,
shut down and you are
right.
we do not have time for your feelings.
We
don't have time for any of this. Pick it up and keep it pushing.
Yeah,
like,
you just have to figure it the fuck out.
Figure it out and button it up.
Holding that shit in. You know what I mean? So that shit's hard.
Do you think now that's why me and you are so fucking bonded? Because we're like,
because we don't need a fucking hug, like, you know what I mean?
We literally don't hug. We don't need a hug.
Right, and we're
just
able,
be with me.
Yeah, and we're able to express ourselves to each other without like
any of the extra shit.
Yeah, and without like advice or without, like, you know what I mean? We don't.
I'm in the shit with you.
I know this shit sucks, and I know what I played here and what somebody else played here. Bitch, I don't need advice. I wish it would never happen. That's what I wish. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, and again, I don't need a fucking hug. I don't need, like, you know what I mean?
Just be here.
Just
let me have these feelings.
Just come to me. I remember one time, me, Jade, and Courtney, we were out of town.
Yeah.
And, like, something happened with Jade. She was upset. Like, physically, emotionally upset. Like, upset. And I remember me, her, and Courtney, like, we were in the hotel room. We were hanging out, whatever. Jade just started boo-hooing. Like, she's crying.
It broke.
Boo-hoo,
she broke down.
Crying. And I just looked at her, and I was like, do you need something?
What do you need?
She never said anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to be in the other room.
Yeah.
So if you need something, let me know. And she's like, bitch, that was rude as fuck. Like, she didn't say it at that time, but like, yeah, but I let people feel their emotions, feel how you feel. I don't know what the fuck you need if you don't tell me what you need.
I recently learned the quote, and it was just like, and I've been applying it with my mom. How can I support? And because I think that's the toughest relationship I have, but it's how can I support you in this? And I feel like people, even when they're in the most emotional state, will unravel. And at one point, they will give you at least a bullet point, a half sentence of what you can do in that moment.
Yes.
And it changes. It changes.
It evolves. It's different for everybody. Like, nobody is ever the same. Don't give me a hug when I'm crying, because I don't need that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to cry, because I only cry like once or twice a year. I need to cry, and I will get the fuck over it. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I don't need a fucking hug. If somebody didn't die, I don't want to hug nobody. Like, you know what I mean? I understand that about myself. And I remember when I was young, one of my friends, her mom died. Mm-hmm. And I remember going to her, like, trying to hug her, and she was just like, she definitely shut me off. She's like, no.
Yeah.
And after that moment, I was like, you know, okay. Like, you know what
I mean?
I was upset, but I was like,
reflecting
you know what?
on that.
Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Not everybody
is a hugger.
Needs what I want to give. Like, moment, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I just kind of let that go. And which is why I still, to this day, like, if your auntie didn't die, like, I'm not going to give you a hug about it. Like, you know what I mean? Or, like, if I don't physically.
I feel like that's surface level healing. Like, that's pseudo healing. Like, a hug is not going to get me through this trauma. A hug is not going to help me unpack this. Mm-hmm. Like, be present with me in this shit. And don't think, like, I need your advice. Like, a hug is so, like, surface. It's like, get well.
Right.
Goodbye. Get well. Like, I did my job.
Handle that shit on your own, bucko. Like, okay.
It gives. It definitely gives. I don't have time for the hysterics with you.
Do you, boo boo? Do you
over
so
there?
Like, and I get it, but like, okay, again, not everybody needs the same shit. Like, you know?
Someone tried to hug me in a moment of breakdown, I probably would become unhinged.
Because
back the fuck up and let me have these. Like, a hug to me is like a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. Like, you. Thanks.
Right.
Question mark. Thanks.
But I'm still sad as fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you wish someone or people or that you knew about mental health when you were younger?
Definitely that it's okay to feel your emotions. Mm-hmm. I wish I would have journaled a lot more when I was younger to get those emotions out, because I've when I started therapy, I started journaling a lot, but I didn't know that was helping me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had no idea. I have letters from people from 2016 that I've never given away. Like, you know what I mean? That's just how I let go.
Right.
But I wish I would have done that a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Because that definitely helped me. You remember those journals? But I journal.
Swear to God, I didn't want to interject into your story, but I was gonna be like, you've been journaling our whole life.
No, you're right. But I wasn't real shit.
Brittany always had I swear to God, every Christmas and Easter, because our families were Christian Catholic, we always got Easter presents. Oh, yeah, Brittany had a themed fucking diary. It'd be
no,
it would be with the fake locks that don't fucking.
No, that's what I was about to say. There was that one. It was that the one magnetic diary. One. Yeah, one diary you had to put in the code. But my brother and sister used to always open that shit. Yeah. I never put real shit in there. Yeah. And I was scared to put things on paper because I was scared that somebody else would find it.
I feel like you were definitely a doodler then too. You gave a moon.
For sure.
Or a sun. You definitely did suns and stuff.
Hearts, I was definitely drawing some shit.
Maybe you're manifesting the journaling and the healing for your,
Yeah, because that was something that I definitely needed.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have had that, because I would have
had all of your old journal, just for now.
Me too, bitch. Me too. You would think the houses that have had burned down because we have any
nothing.
Of the shit.
Yeah, nothing. There's not. Well, we just revisited one of my childhood house, which was right by yours.
I told my dad that the other day.
Oh, my mom.
He was like, "Why would you do that?" I said, "I don't know."
Should we tell partial of the story, or should we not tell? Should we tell the whole story?
We can. Yeah.
Okay, allegedly.
One day after we left here, after a truth or drink.
Yep. We continued drinking.
Yeah.
And then I just had a moment of need for my younger self. And real shit, I just needed to connect with my younger self. I think because Britt talks about, it was really traumatic when I moved for both of us. I constantly am searching for to touch back in with my younger self, because I feel like when we moved, it was just finesse, figured, so many personalities were developed, but I wanted to connect with my true younger self, so I had an idea. Brittany was down for the idea. Usually. Allegedly, yeah. If I'm drinking, I have an idea. Britt's like, oh yeah. Except for one time I wanted to race, and she said no. The only time she's never not said yes to any of my drunk ideas. But we allegedly broke into my childhood house, which is abandoned. Kind of, sort of.
Very much.
And we just went through it, and we went through, we opened the crawl spaces just looking. I'm looking for anything left.
Raccoons could have popped out. Crackheads could have came from
the ceiling. Definitely somebody squatting on the porch. There was bras, COVID tests, drug residuals, residue. Yeah, pictures.
None of hers, though. But,
we definitely tried. And thanks for trying to help me tap back into to my younger self.
Because I would never break into my old house.
And I'm surprised we don't have asbestos. One of the windows is completely out. A tree grew through the window.
It was nowhere to be. We were in sandals and dresses.
It was full glam. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no reason for that, but we did it because again, I do think it's important to heal that inner child. I
just want to visit her. I wish I could teleport back to Venus. Don't bleach your hair. Even if it's not honored and you're gonna get in so much trouble, say what you feel. Fuck everybody else. What would you tell? I mean, I have so many other things I would tell my younger self, but it would be be forthcoming with your emotions.
Yeah.
Even now, I try to hype myself up, especially in work settings. I'm just tell them what you think. And I'm I don't want to be vulnerable with these people. They don't deserve my emotions.
Right.
Shut down.
Yeah.
Boop. Hit the button. Shut it down. What do you wish you could tell your younger self? About mental health or, teach yourself?
Yeah. Bitch. That's what I would say to myself. Little bitch. Do you? Little bitch. Don't give a fuck about what anybody says about any of the decisions that you're making. Little bitch, you're smart. Little bitch, you are special. Little bitch. And you are going to do amazing things.
Yeah.
You beautiful little bitch.
I just wish I knew, I wish, of course, hindsight is, but I wish I knew what I knew now.
Right. I wish older Brittany could have visited
just
younger
one
Brittany.
time, like just come into a dream.
Let a bitch know what to do, because I was lost.
Especially like before I moved, like around the time of moving, I could have used just a word.
Like, we're gonna be good.
It's gonna be okay.
We're gonna be all right.
It's gonna be bumpy, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be a little rocky road here. But it's not gonna be all doom and gloom. And
because for sure.
Yeah, there's memories to be made and love to be had and fun to be had.
Right. Don't let them sad stages.
No, they're not everything.
Withhold you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like if you just look back to the older we get, knowing what we know now so much more makes sense. Like I remember the first time I had an anxiety attack, I was in first grade, and the teacher, like, she cuffed her mouth and she was talking to a kid like this, and like I didn't get why she was doing it, and I was like, you kind of sound like a fool. And she lost it on me. Like, she snatched me up, put me in the hall, and was screaming. And I just remember being like having an out of body experience and being dizzy and just disoriented and like emotionally unregulated. And I'm like, bitch, you weren't dying. You were having, like, in first grade, being 7. And in first grade, I was still on a 4T. Always been a string bean. Gonna die a string bean. Like, I was a tiny tot and just, panicked and unaware of what was happening. But like, I wish I could, that's an anxiety attack.
Your tone also.
And first of all, you don't learn shit in first grade. I should put her ass on blast, but she still lives in the area, so I won't.
Like, bitch,
yeah,
you still sound
stupid, like a fool. Sound like a fool. I really shouted it too. I was like, "You sound like a fool," and you did, and you still do. I just wish I could have coached myself through those moments of this is depression, especially onset with puberty. This is some real ass hormones that are surging through you.
Yeah, or at least just had a safe space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it didn't.
Must be nice. Right? Well, and we didn't. So here we cheers to hot girl summer and feral girl fall. We don't got the fucking answers, that's for sure. I think too, sometimes my mental health benefits me. Like if I'm in, I just put, I know you've seen on my Finsta, I posted, my depression is not oh, I'm so sad. Oh, everything's white and black. Mine is do nothing for yourself. Don't help yourself. I have zero motivation to do I have to hype myself up to shower. I don't do laundry. I don't clean my room. I don't clean my car. I'm usually sleeping in my makeup. My hair is giving unwashed, and then I will douse it with some textured spray and just rock out with it. That's it.
Everything.
Dry shampoo. Yeah. Everything, any small thing. Into usually the things I have motivation for in my spouts of depression. Things I have motivation for are things that make me spiral worse, like eating foods that really don't agree with me, breaking veganism, drinking regularly, being involved with men that just contribute to my absolute shit of mental health. Those are the only things I have motivation for that I will have any thought process of, and it's hard to get over. But when I do, my bounce back is immaculate. My room is spectacular. I'm not involved with a soul, friend, or penis that is not beneficial for me, and just I'm really striving for a better version of myself when I'm overcoming that depressive state. And I'm always the most inspired. Heartbreak has definitely inspired the fuck out of me to elevate, but so is depression. Those two can go hand in hand too, but man, when I'm coming out of that low and going towards the high, I'm like, this is so much fun. I love this ride, and then hit the heart rate, hit that hump and go down, and it's not the same.
Yeah, it's a big roller coaster every time.
It's so fun being on, of course, in the highs, but too, I think as I get older, the lows aren't so low. They give shit is fucked up, but I know that there's a rainbow, there's a reason to get up. Slowly but surely I will overcome that chapter. I'm gonna be good. Like I said from that song, who knew? I knew life would be all right, but who knew it could be this good? And, I mean, my second favorite song in, like, the whole world, Nothing Is Stopping You by Big Sean. Like, right?
He's a good pep talker.
He has overcome some real-ass mental health, too, I love that. Like, celebrities who've been forthcoming, I feel like they don't even realize how much they inspire or, like, teach other people about mental health, or, like, you're not the only one. Right. You're not the only one.
If Lauren London is on any video, I'm watching it every time.
Yeah. I feel like that's me with Oprah. Like, that bitch is...
I didn't know that.
Like, if anyone had a fucked up life, Oprah did. She was black in the 80s, like, trying to overcome some... Like, bitch, not even micro, the aggressions that were coming her way, the bitch was perming her hair to fit in. Like, whitewashing for real. Like, if Oprah can overcome... If Maya Angelou can overcome, we surely, right. but slowly, but surely can overcome. But surely can overcome. Like, I'm tapping into whatever the fuck Oprah has to say.
No, right.
You know what I've loved too is I think in Lauren London's healing journey, she's become so much more feminine and soft. Like, her voice has changed. Her voice is different. Her voice is completely different.
Not that she's been, like, rowdy or, like, loud and aggressive, but it's
softer.
So soft.
It's so soft. It's
like
soothing.
Spiritually soft.
Yeah, right.
Really
weird. It gives enlightened.
Oh, no, right.
Yeah.
But I feel like Nipsey had that, too.
Ugh.
Well,
he, to me, is the beacon. He is the quintessential man. Like, he was hood. He was holy. He was fine. He did not fuck around, but he also, like, was very much like live and let live. Like,
very much.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, I could only be so lucky.
Yeah.
Like, please. Please.
Right.
Yeah. Mental health is a son of a bitch.
And that's the tea.
Do whatever you can to benefit your mental health, to help yourself, to overcome. Just know you're not alone in it.
Yeah. Be with nature.
Go grounding.
Do for real.
Put your toes in that grass on this, wherever you can, whatever your environment is.
Do what your mind feels happy doing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just release and reset, because that always helps me.
Yeah. Prevention, not intervention. That's what I'm trying to focus on too. Like, prevent the need for an intervention, which is so hard, but you got this.
Yeah.
And just know you're not alone. I'm sure me and Brittany will be spiraling in 2 weeks for some other bullshit.
Call me, beat me if you need to reach me.
Yeah. Please just don't over and date me, because that's harmonizing. Taking on other people's shit. Not fun over here. Love you, though.
Right. Right. Just hit up the inbox.
Yeah. Send a text. Don't call. We love you, though.
Right. Hugs and kisses.
We're there with you. Oh. Yeah.
Well, here's to another week.
Yeah. Episode 21. And this is an A&B Conversation.